Hey guys, Brad Danger here, and some of these cars used to cost more than a house. Not like kinda expensive, I'm talking full-blown, six-figure CEO, private jet energy, and now, well, you can buy them for less than $10,000. Yeah, that's not a deal. That is a warning. Luxury cars are supposed to be the best of the best, the softest leather, the quietest ride, the most advanced tech money can buy. These are the cars that people grind their entire lives to afford. But what happens when a car that costs more than your entire yearly salary is now cheaper than a used Honda Civic? Today, we're diving into the weirdest, most tempting, and most dangerous corner of the car market. These are the cheap luxury cars under $10,000, and some of these make absolutely no sense. Like, subscribe so we can hit 2 million subs this year. And let's start off with the king, the car that literally defines luxury, the Mercedes S-Class. This is the car, presidents ride in these, CEOs get chauffeured in these. This is the benchmark every other luxury car tries to beat. Brand new, these things push well over $100,000 without even trying. And now you can buy one for under 10 grand. We're talking mid 2000s, even early 2010s if you hunt. And what do you get? Massaging seats, soft closed doors, air suspension that literally floats over the road, double pane glass so it's dead silent inside. This thing was engineered to isolate you from reality, but now, reality hits back because everything that made this car amazing when it was new is exactly what makes it terrifying today. Air suspension fails? That's thousands. Electrical system glitches? Good luck. This isn't a car you just own. This is a car you manage like a crisis. Now let's take it up to something that shouldn't even be possible. A Bentley. Yes, you can buy a Bentley for under $10,000, the Continental Flying Spur. When this thing came out, it was over $150,000. 12 engine, all-wheel drive, interior that looks like a private lounge, and now you can find them hovering right around that 10 grand mark, which is absolutely insane because nothing about this car feels cheap. It looks expensive, it sounds expensive, it feels like money, but ownership? That's where the illusion breaks. Every repair is still Bentley pricing. Every part is still Bentley pricing. So sure, you can buy a Bentley for 10 grand, but owning it, that's a completely different tax bracket. Now let's get even crazier because you can buy a Rolls-Royce, the Silver Shadow. This was the luxury car back in the day. If you had one of these, you made it, no question. Hand-built, massive V8, ride quality that was literally ahead of its time. And now they're sitting right in that $10,000 range. That is insane. You're buying one of the most prestigious badges on earth for less than a used Corolla. But here's the thing, nobody tells you cheap Rolls-Royces are not cheap. They're just the entry fee because the moment something breaks, you're dealing with a car that was never meant to be owned on a budget. This is the definition of just because you can doesn't mean you should. Now let's talk about something that might actually be a smart move, the Lexus LS460, because while everything else on this list is trying to financially ruin you, this thing is just sitting there being incredible. This was Lexus going after the S-Class, and instead of over-engineering everything, they just made it work. Quiet, ridiculously comfortable, reliable, and still feels like a proper flagship. This is one of the few cars on this list where you're not constantly waiting for something to go wrong, and that's why this might be one of the best luxury buys under 10 grand. But if you want something that feels like a mistake, let's talk about the BMW 7 Series. Specifically the V12, because yes, you can buy a V12 BMW for under $10,000. Let that sink in. 12 cylinders in a car that costs less than a used Civic. This was BMW flexing. This was them saying, we can do anything. And they did. But they also created one of the most complicated cars imaginable. Electrical issues, cooling system failures, fuel system problems. This car has more ways to break than you have ways to fix it. But for a moment, you own a V12, and that's kind of insane. Yo guys, quick pause because this is super important. The giveaway is live right now, and we're giving away this fully built, dripping in carbon Supra, 4 months in the making. And guys, it is the Tuner Hero spec, plus a Shelby GT350 with an exhaust that sounds absolutely ridiculous. So, if you want to win, you've got a decision to make. Do you get the JDM Legend, or do you get the American Icon? And guys, for a limited time, every purchase that you make on the site, which is pinned in the first comment down below, you get 2,000 bonus entries to win one of these cars, plus bonus cash, hat, shirt, entry pack, it don't matter. That's 2,000 extra chances on top. And Rocky from New York grabbed a quick entry pack last time and walked away with a GTR plus bonus cash. So yeah, it definitely happens. And we're running it back with 2 cars. So which one you picking? Let me know in the comments down below and go get entered as well, and good skill. Now let's talk about a sleeper, the Audi A8, especially the W12. This is one of those cars that doesn't scream for attention, but if you know, you know. This thing was a technological masterpiece. Luxury on another level, and that W12 engine, it's like power without effort, no drama, just smooth, endless acceleration. And now you can get into older A8s for under 10 grand all day, which is wild because this used to be a 6-figure car. Now it's hiding in plain sight. Now let's go Italian, because nothing says questionable decisions like a cheap Maserati, the Quattroporte. This thing is pure emotion, Ferrari-derived engine, incredible sound, styling that still turns heads, and you can buy one for under 10 grand, which makes 0 sense because this car feels expensive. It sounds expensive. It looks like something you shouldn't be able to afford. But here's the reality. These cars are known for issues. Transmission problems, electrical gremlins, maintenance costs that make no sense. But when it's running, nothing else on this list feels like it. Now let's bring it back to something that actually makes sense. The Porsche Cayenne, 2nd gen. Because when this came out, people hated it. Why is Porsche making an SUV? Fast forward, and now it's one of the best value luxury SUVs you can buy. For under 10 grand, you get Porsche engineering, solid build quality, a driving experience that still feels legit, and a luxury interior that holds up. This was a $70,000 SUV new. Now it's cheaper than a base Civic. And unlike a lot of this list, this one won't immediately punish you for buying it. Now let's go British again, because you can actually get into an Aston Martin, the DB7. This is a real exotic. Long hood, timeless design, that unmistakable Aston presence. And while clean examples are climbing, you can still find rough ones flirting with that 10 grand mark, which is insane because you're driving an Aston Martin for the price of a used commuter car. But again, there's a pattern. Cheap exotics are not cheap cars. They're expensive cars that you now have to deal with. So yeah, you can buy a 6-figure luxury car for under 10,000 bucks. That part, well, it's real. But the real question is, should you? Because cheap luxury is never actually cheap. If you want to actually learn how to buy cars the smart way, not just what looks cool, but what actually holds value, what you can drive for free, what won't destroy you financially, that's exactly what we break down inside the Ideal Car Strategies. And right now, you can get it for basically nothing and even be entered to win your dream car. So click the link down below and sign up for less than $1. You not only get entries to win either this Shelby GT350 or this Fast and Furious Mark V inspired Supra, but you also get entered to win $100,000. So click the link down below, like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and check out some of these Ideal vids over here. I'm Brad Danger. This is Ideal. Promise me one thing. Keep living the ideal lifestyle.